Aloha! Welcome to Unity Church of Maui's Sunday service. I have something to show you. Here I have 3 ropes that are tied together at the top and at the bottom. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to untie them. And as you can see, there are 3 ropes and the 3 ends. And what I'm going to do is to try and bring them all together into one rope. So I'm going to tie these 2 ropes together. And that leaves me with one hanging in this circle. And I'm going to untie these 2 ropes here as well. There we go. And there are the 3 ropes. And I'm going to let this one hang down. And there you see that I have the 2 ropes that I've tied together. And now I'm going to tie these 2 ends together. Just by going like this and tie them together. And there you see the rope now is one continuous rope tied with 2 knots. Now, this trick wouldn't be any good if there wasn't some magic involved, right? So let's see what we can do if I wrap this rope up. We're going to do it this way. Wrap this rope up and reach over here and grab my magic wand, which can make magical things happen. And I'm going to turn this rope that was 3 ropes into 1 rope. Let's see if we can do that. Abracadabra. So as you see, I have turned the 3 ropes into 1. And what that means to me is it appears separate for us, our mind, our body, and our spirit. But in God, those 3 things are all one. So to get ready for this exercise we're going to do today, I invite you to find a piece of paper and a pen, and we'll come back together in just a moment.
I feel the Spirit moving in me. I feel the Spirit moving in me.
In the story of the crucifixion, it appears that Jesus is thirsting for water and the sustenance of this world. In fact, he says, you might remember in John 19, verse 28, I thirst. And a man that was close by evidently heard him and took a sponge and dipped it into water and handed it to Jesus, hoping that that satisfied his dehydrated need. The thirst that Jesus is talking about in this story is the desire of our soul to want an expanded awareness of God. You know, the thirst or the desire that Jesus had and that we had is to unite with God and to experience and express the qualities of God. So today we're going to discuss how we can be quenched by the wellspring of spirit that Jesus is inviting us into. In another story in the New Testament, you might remember the story of the Samaritan at the well. Jesus asked her for water, and she replies that she really shouldn't be talking to him, or he shouldn't be talking to her since he was a Jew. And he says to her, everyone who drinks this water, pointing to the water in the well, will be thirsty again. But whoever drinks the water I give them will never thirst. Indeed, the water I give him will become in him a spring of water, welling up to eternal life. This is a really deeply inspiring story to me. You know, Jesus is describing the life force of God that is within us all. We thirst to unite with God and express the qualities of God. When we are quenched by the wellspring of spirit, we are forever made new, enriched, and spiritually educated. And we are connected in the same way in that time to our passion and our purpose And this will supply our basic needs. When we allow ourselves to move from the wellspring of spirit creativity, we experience life and the higher laws that reveal and avail themselves to us. And we can create from the essence of spirit that we are. You know that we're always connected to the living water of spirit within us. We are, I believe, at a powerful time on our planet and our history, on our spiritual journey. And we get to lean into the thirst. And doing so, we will discover our deepest self. This process unfolds as we explore our vibration of thirst, to really look into that. And I'm inviting you into that today, to look into what is it that you thirst for? What is it that you desire? What is that vibration of spirit that you want to experience? And that's what we're going to do in this talk today. Do you remember the thirst you had when you were a child? As children, we're naturally connected to the joy of God that is uniquely expressed through us. Perhaps you experienced this when you were a child, when you were dancing, now when you're dancing, when you're singing, when you're drawing or painting or putting on plays with your friends. Perhaps you liked to play sports when you were a child, or to build things, or to go exploring, or to have make-believe adventures. Perhaps you were the kid at the lemonade stand who was always scheming to find ways to generate money and begin your billion-dollar corporation. Remember when creativity was effortless? Do you remember that? Do you remember when everything around you was enough? A tree branch became the perfect lightsaber. An old blanket was a stage curtain. A trash can top was a shield. And when it came to thinking about what you wanted to be when you grew up, the sky was the limit. Being a fireman, a teacher, a pro athlete, a movie star, a dancer, an artist, a doctor or a scientist, a chef or a hairdresser, or the head of a large company, or all the ways that you had fun. It had nothing to do with responsibility or making a living. You were free to follow your imagination. And anything was possible. Do you remember? There was no space and there was no time. There were the only things that would bring me back, were your parents yelling for you to come for dinner. Or I remember my parents always told me that when the street lights came on, it meant that it was time for me to come home and bring my adventures to a close. All kids, I believe, or most kids, had dreams. They talked about them, they fantasized about them, they pretended. And for many of us, that brought us joy. And those dreams are still there. Within you is that passion, is that dream. And discovering what this dream is, what this passion is, what this thirst is, will reignite the joy that uncovers the messages of our hearts and allows us to live fully. And this is what we are thirsting for. This is the expanded awareness of God that we thirst for. This is what Jesus was thirsting for. I draw on the living waters of truth, and my soul is satisfied. So let's pretend that we can travel back into the past. Let's put our adult minds away and dust off that kid deep inside us. Do you want to play? Talking about playing a fantasy, let's play together today. Let's have some fun. And I invite you to grab the pen and paper that I asked you to get earlier in this talk. And I'm going to give you some questions and some sentences that you can finish as I say them. And you might want to write them down because you're going to want to know later what the questions were. So the first one is, when I was little, I dreamed of being a, and then fill in the blank. When I was little, I dreamed of being a what? And then the next one is, what was so fun to me about this idea was, so you dreamed of being a, right, a whatever, and what was it that was so fun to you about this idea? So what was so fun to me about this idea? When I was a child, the next one, I loved to play what? What did you love to play when you were a child? When I was a child, I loved to play what? And the next one, when it came to make believe, I always was or wanted to be what? When it came to make believe, I always wanted to be what? Or was or wanted to be. And what was that for you? In school, the subject or extracurricular activity I was best at or enjoyed the most was what? What was it you enjoyed the most in school that really got you going and got you excited? Maybe you even thirst for it. You desired that. What was it that you were best at, or what was it that you enjoyed the most? And the next one says, if the kids on my block were to put on a show, I most likely would have been cast as what? What would you most likely have been cast at in your backyard show or your neighborhood show? And then write that down. You know, some examples might be the handsome, pretty lead, or the sidekick, or the funny character, the villain, the detective, the hero. Or perhaps you weren't even interested in being on stage, but you wanted to do the lighting, or you wanted to design the posters and take them around the neighborhood, or sell the tickets. What was it that you wanted to do? So pick one of the above roles that you played or that best suited you as a child, and complete this sentence. The role of blank is important to the amazing success of the backyard show because why? So again, the sentence is the role of blank is important to the amazing success of the backyard show because why? What did it bring to the show? What was it unique? What was unique about it? You know, for me, the role of the comic magician is important to the amazing process of the backyard show. Because as the comic magician, I was able to be funny, which any of you who know me, I like to do. I like to laugh. And I've always loved magic. And I love it when people laugh. I love it when people have fun. You know, I enjoyed giving a magic show because because it allows the unexpected to happen. And you can create something out of it, out of nothing. I love that. That's always what attracted me to magic. And I enjoy spiritual principles for the same reasons. With spiritual principles, we can change our thinking and change our lives. We can create love where there was fear and disharmony. We can create the unexpected and make magic happen. Jesus said, "I thirst." He was stating his deepest desire to experience a union with God. He was dying, and he was literally letting go of everything that he could experience so that he could open up to the wellspring of spirit. You know, when we as children had the desire or thirst to be a fireman, a dancer, or a magician, we did so because there was some quality or value in these roles that symbolized for us that which we wanted to express, that which we were thirsty for. For example, if we wanted to be a policeman or a fireman, we may have wanted to help and serve people in some way. We thirst or desire to unite with God and express the qualities of God. So I wonder in this exercise setting, what did you discover for yourself? The role of what is important for the amazing success of the backyard show because. So great work today. I hope that you'll take some of these ideas and apply them to your own life and gain some insight. I hope that you've discovered that you were a bright, talented, curious, and amazing child, and that there were things that you loved to do. If you didn't connect with something that you desired or thirst for as a child in this exercise, I invite you to try this activity again, to listen to this video and to try it all over now and imagine that and know that that child that you were is still in you and that you can connect with this child and ask questions like, what do I desire or thirst for today? If you could do anything in the world, what would you do? We thirst and desire to unite with God and express God and experience the qualities of God. Those things and these dreams are the symbols and the ideas that have within them the qualities of God that we are here to nurture, that you are here to nurture, to embody, to express. Do you see a similarity between your backyard passions and your life? I hope this time travel exercise will help you to see some of your childhood desires and consider that you can implement them into your life today. You know, I trust the Spirit within me, and I trust the universe. I understand that all of my desires, my thirst, and my dreams don't all fit into one box. And I realize that what I desire is not a single occupation or a career or a single path, but it's about a way of life. You know, the word desire means of God. Our desires are messengers. Let's not be seduced by the messenger. The dream of a new car or a new house or a new career, a new relationship or more money, but rather discover that the God qualities that are behind these symbols is what we are truly seeking to experience and to be. What we desire is the energy, the quality of God behind that which we desire. Our humanness uses images and ideas and things, but all we really ever seek is God. And God is inherent in that which we thirst for, in that which we seek. When we know the qualities of God, then that we are seeking, then we can go after them, experience them, and express them, and enjoy them in everything we do. And we cannot be distracted by the illusions or the money or the houses or the other things that we believe that we desire. In truth, we thirst and desire to unite with God and express the qualities of God. Our God qualities are absolute, perfect, and eternal qualities of God that can be expressed. And so I hope that you are able to look in your heart to discover what it is that Spirit wants to express through you. And so I invite you to take a breath and let's close our eyes and join together in meditation. Breathing in and breathing out. Relaxing into this moment. Connecting with the God qualities, with the things that we thirst for, the things that you truly thirst for today. What is it that lights up your soul? What is it in the occupation you pursued or the interests that you had as a child that is the true calling of your soul? What is it that you really thirst for? What is it that brings you alive? What is it that connects your mind, your body, and your spirit to the essence of life? What is it that allows you to get rid of the knots and to be the oneness, to experience the one rope, the one essence, the one power, the one life, the one love that is the essence and the truth of who you are? Breathing in and breathing out. And in a moment, we'll join together for a short time in the silence. And I invite you in that place to listen, to celebrate, and to be present to that which you are passionate about, that which you thirst for that which the presence of God within you desires. And let's do that together for a few moments in the silence. Breathing in and breathing out. Slowly allowing your awareness to return to this moment. To feel the freedom of your spirit, the freedom of your soul. Gently allowing your awareness to return to this moment. Giving thanks for the beautiful, amazing expression of God that you are. And I invite you to open your eyes whenever you're ready. And I invite you now to prepare your offering and your contribution to Unity Church of Maui. And I want to thank you ahead of time for what you do give to us that continues to support us and give us some good earthy energy, money energy to do this work that we get to do. I feel so grateful to be able to do this and to be able to do this during this challenging time, that we've been able to continue to do this work. And I know that as you give to Unity Church of Maui, that you are not only supporting us, but you are one with us in this work that we do. And I love you and I appreciate you for that. And so why don't we, as we hold our gifts and our contributions, let's pray and affirm our prayer for prosperity together, which begins through a grateful giving heart. My mind and life overflow with the abundance of God's all-providing, infinite supply. And so it is. Thank you. So you might say, well, Reverend Lane, where can I give these gifts? Well, you can do it a couple different ways. You can send your check to Unity Church of Maui at 483 South High Street in Wailuku. And you can also go online to our website, which is www.unityonmaui.org, and click on our, just click on our donate button, and you can make a very safe donation there. And thank you very much. So next week is Palm Sunday. Can you believe it? And it's the day that we mark as the beginning of Jesus' last week on earth. You know, Jesus' journey to Jerusalem was a momentous event that spiritually prepared him for his eventual trial and crucifixion and resurrection. The metaphysical interpretations that we can get from this story can help us on our journey, help us prepare our consciousness to work through what appears to be the trials and the crucifixions and the resurrections in our own life. So I'm looking forward to that. I hope to see you right here next Sunday, and we'll have a good time doing that together. Also, I need to tell you that I have some really special music for us next Sunday. I'm going to include a hula that Reverend Gary and Kate and Marlene performed for an Easter service. I think it was back in 2018. They're going to be doing the hula to I Simply Live for You. And on top of that, I'm going to show a video of Omar and Kurt and Ken and the whole gang performing Celebration. And that was also at our 2018 service. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So I look forward to seeing you next Sunday, Palm Sunday. And the Sunday after that, of course, is Easter Sunday. And we, due to popular demand, we have decided to extend our services and do a third service. You know, I announced last week, I think, that we're doing 2. We've decided to do 3 one-hour services. And there'll only be 10 reserved seats at each service. And we're doing a service at 9 and at 10:30 and now at 12:30. And we've got, I think, 1 seat left for the 9 o'clock service and a few seats left for the 10:30 service. However, I'd really like to encourage you to call now to make a reservation so we can get a good grasp on the services that we have. And so we're opening up a whole new service at 12:30. And so if you want to make reservations for that one, call as well. And you can call Emily at 808-268-8310. And of course, your safety at our open services is our number one concern. And everyone will be asked to wear a mask that covers their nose and their chin. And we'll practice social distancing. And you'll be asked some normal health screening questions. And as you know, Kurt Lee will provide celebrational and instrumental music for everyone's safety. Of course, we won't be singing, but you can certainly hum behind your mask. And I need to tell you too, it's a very special thing that's happening at our Easter service. Virgin Cantorna will be singing "This Is Me," also from our 2018 Easter service, a recording that we made then. So that's going to be a very special service, and we're asking everybody to donate at least $20 to the service, and of course nobody will be turned away for a lack of funds. Let's see, if you enjoy our services, you can find more just like this on our Unity Church of Maui YouTube page, and you'll find them also on Facebook, and you'll find the links to our Zoom call, which happens at 10 o'clock every Sunday morning, in our newsletter and on our website. We'd love to see you live on Zoom on Sunday morning. And let's see, I think that is, oh gosh, I almost forgot the capital campaign. Things are pretty much the same as they were last week. I think that our amount is the same. I believe it's about $3,125. Don't quote me on that, but things are going well. We are still hoping for donations because we do see that we're going to be opening up soon. In fact, that day we're having a soft opening, as you might know, on May 2nd, Sunday, May 2nd, and I'll tell you more about that as we go forward. But we certainly are going to want a van to take us back and forth from the county lot on Sunday morning and keep our property for elderly, handicapped, and visitors. So I think that's about everything that we have today. Did I miss anything? Calling out to the peanut gallery? I'm getting a clear sign, so I think everything is good. So I invite you now to pray with me the prayer for protection and to bring this service to a close in the usual way by affirming that together. So let's do that now. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us wherever we are. God is. God bless you, friend. I love you. I bless you. I appreciate you. And I behold the Christ in you. Aloha.
Where